Have you ever wondered, is it still normal to masturbate in old age? Is it still appropriate for your age, your health, and your values? This is a delicate question, one that many elderly people quietly keep to themselves. They don't dare ask anyone, nor do they know who to confide in. That's because society still holds certain prejudices, believing that sexuality belongs only to the young. And that once we grow old, our bodies no longer feel those intimate desires. But that's not entirely true. Our bodies, at any age, still have needs, not just physical, but also emotional. The need to connect, to feel, to be loved, especially when living alone, without a life partner. Sometimes, a gentle touch from oneself can be a way to soothe loneliness. To remind ourselves that we are still alive, still feeling. Today, I, Dr. Grace, want to open up with you about a sensitive yet deeply important topic: masturbation in old age. Should you or shouldn't you? And if the answer is yes, how can it truly become something beneficial for both your physical and mental health? If you've also been quietly searching for the answer for yourself, I invite you to stay so we can have an honest, gentle conversation, just you and me. I still vividly remember one late autumn afternoon when a man around 70 years old came to see me at the clinic. He said he was there for chronic insomnia, but after just a few minutes of talking, I sensed there was something deeper troubling him. His eyes looked down, and his voice hesitated. After a pause, he softly said, "Doctor, I still feel like I need that. But I don't know if it's still right. Am I out of place? Different from others?" I knew he wasn't alone in carrying that feeling. There are so many older adults, living alone, or having lost their life partners, who quietly carry very real emotions inside them, but don't know how to face them. They're afraid of being judged. They believe that at their age, they're supposed to know their place, to shrink themselves, and not let anyone see that they still have deeply human desires. The truth is, those emotions don't disappear with age. They simply become quieter, and because of that silence, many people fall into feelings of shame and inner conflict. Some choose to deny it, to try and forget, but the more they suppress those feelings, the lonelier and more disconnected they become. Some suffer from chronic insomnia. Others begin to feel like they're no longer a whole person. I told him, there's nothing wrong with still wanting to feel connected to your body. That doesn't make you weak, it's proof that you're still alive. Still feeling. And here's the good news. Modern medicine has confirmed that masturbation can actually offer real benefits for older adults, as long as it's done mindfully and in moderation. From that moment on, he no longer saw himself as strange. He began learning how to sleep better, to relax more, and most importantly, to love himself again, both physically and emotionally. It's encounters like these that make me believe it's time we start speaking openly and honestly, yet gently and respectfully, about this topic. Because silence only makes the loneliness last longer. And I hope, if you're watching this video, you'll allow yourself to open up, to move past the shell of embarrassment, and begin the journey of reconnecting with yourself, fully, gently, and without shame. Just a few weeks later, he returned to my clinic with a gentle smile on his face. "I'm sleeping better, my mood has lifted, and I feel more alive." In fact, science has confirmed that masturbation, when done properly and in moderation, offers significant health benefits for older adults, especially men. First, it helps release endorphins and dopamine, two of the body's natural, feel-good hormones. These chemicals reduce stress, calm the nervous system, and bring about a deep sense of relaxation and pleasure. For seniors who often struggle with anxiety, insomnia, or loneliness, this can be a natural remedy, free, accessible, and without a prescription. Second, for men, maintaining light sexual activity can help support prostate function, improve pelvic blood circulation, and preserve natural sexual health. This is especially important because as men age, their testosterone levels gradually decline. Without proper stimulation, the genital organs may shrink or experience a noticeable drop in function. Third, multiple studies have shown that moderate masturbation can improve sleep quality. thanks to the full body relaxation it brings afterward. For those struggling with chronic insomnia, masturbation can serve as a natural form of self-soothing, a healthier alternative to relying on sleeping pills or sedatives. Fourth, it's also a way to stay connected to your body. As we age, we often tend to neglect our physical selves, believing our bodies are worn out or no longer valuable. But when you allow yourself to feel your body again, even through a small, simple act, you're sending yourself a message. I still love you, I still honor you. And finally, masturbation can promote greater self-agency and reduce emotional dependence. For those living alone, it's a way to feel fulfilled, without feeling deprived, without being haunted by loneliness, while still living a full, emotionally rich life. You don't have to do it every day. There's no pressure. But if one evening you're feeling a little empty, or if there's a moment when you want to relax and reconnect, just know this. Masturbation is natural, it's healthy, and when practiced with gentleness and self-respect, it can absolutely become part of a wholesome lifestyle in older age. That said, masturbation in old age does come with important considerations, because the body is no longer as resilient as it once was. And emotions can be more delicate, too. I remember getting a call from Mr. Walter. His voice was a bit hesitant. "Doctor, I'm feeling some soreness down there. I'm not sure if I might have been a little too rough the other day." I smiled gently, not to judge, but because I understood. When an older man begins to relearn how to care for his emotional and physical needs, everything feels like a first time. And sometimes, in the excitement of rediscovering his own body, he forgets that it's no longer the body of a 20-year-old. In truth, while masturbation is a natural act, it still needs to be approached with awareness and care, especially for older adults. After age 60, soft tissues become more fragile, the circulatory system less flexible, and neural reflexes may slow down. That means if it's done too forcefully, for too long, or too frequently, it can easily lead to unnecessary injury. Men, in particular, should keep the following in mind. Avoid masturbating right after a heavy meal, or when you're feeling exhausted or have gone several nights without proper sleep. If you're taking medications for blood pressure, heart conditions, or vasodilators, consult your doctor first. If you experience symptoms like sharp pain, difficulty urinating, blood in your urine or semen, or dizziness after masturbation, stop immediately and seek medical attention. Masturbation can absolutely be part of a healthy routine in later life, but only when it's done gently, mindfully, and with respect for your body's current limits. An equally important factor is having a private space and a sense of emotional safety. Many older adults live with their children and grandchildren, or in care facilities, and often feel self-conscious. But if you can carve out a quiet space, or even just some alone time in the evening, when both your body and mind are relaxed, that in itself is a precious gift to your well-being. I often suggest to my patients, turn masturbation into a gentle ritual, a form of emotional self-care. No rush, no pressure. Maybe play some slow jazz. Light a candle with a soft woody scent. Lie down on clean sheets, and simply allow yourself to feel. And don't forget, masturbation is not a replacement for love, but it can be a part of loving yourself. It's not a sign of loneliness, it's an act of courage, of recognizing that you deserve to feel, to connect, and to be cherished, even when you're alone. Just like Mr. Walter, after a few adjustments based on my advice, he gradually learned how to listen to his body. And that shift, not just physical, but emotional, helped him feel healthier, and gave his life something quietly meaningful, something deeply personal and peaceful. As a urologist, I always advise older adults that masturbation, while deeply personal, should still be approached with awareness and safety. First and foremost, the most important thing is to understand your body's limits. After the age of 60, especially for men, the circulatory system is no longer as agile. Joints are more vulnerable, and nerve reflexes tend to slow down. If masturbation is done too forcefully, for too long, or when the body is already tired, hungry, or sleep deprived, it can easily lead to issues such as heart strain, dizziness, or even discomfort in the lower abdominal area. How often is enough? There's no one-size-fits-all number. But a gentle guideline is this: listen to your body. For older adults, 1 to 3 times per week is generally considered a healthy, reasonable frequency. If, after each time, you feel relaxed, sleep better, and have a sense of lightness, your body is responding well. But if you feel fatigued, experience chest heaviness, or have trouble sleeping afterward, it's a sign to pause and monitor how your body reacts. Best time to do it? Ideally, in the evening before bedtime, after a light meal, a warm shower, and when your mind is calm. Some people even incorporate masturbation into their sleep routine, along with soft music, dim lighting, and a quiet space to create a soothing, comforting environment. Best positions? Sitting or lying down in a relaxed posture are the safest and most supportive options. Avoid standing for long periods or bending too much, as these can affect blood pressure and lead to back pain. If you have a history of spinal issues or herniated discs, consider lying on your side or using pillows for gentle support. Signs you should see a doctor right away: sharp pain when touching your lower area, burning or difficulty during urination, or blood in the urine, dizziness or shortness of breath after masturbating, persistent insomnia following the activity, or if it becomes compulsive and begins to interfere with your daily life. Your health and safety always come first, even in moments of self-care. If you're taking medications for chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, or blood thinners, it's best to consult your doctor before making any changes to your sexual or physical habits, including masturbation. And lastly, don't forget about personal hygiene. Make sure your hands are clean, nails trimmed, avoid using foreign objects, and always choose a clean, private space. This isn't just about preventing infection, it's also a way of showing respect and care for your own body. When understood and practiced properly, masturbation is not just a physical act, it becomes a form of proactive self-care for older adults. It doesn't need to be hidden, and it certainly isn't something to feel guilty about. As long as it's done gently, mindfully, and with self-love, it can be a very natural part of a life that is joyful, healthy, and deeply meaningful, day by day. Dear friend, we've just journeyed through a topic that, perhaps for most of your life, no one has ever spoken to you about, honestly, openly, and with the respect and gentleness it truly deserves. Masturbation in older age is not a taboo. It's not a sign of loneliness or lack. Sometimes, it's simply a deeply human way to reconnect with yourself, with honesty, and with grace. I just want to remind you of one simple, yet deeply important truth. You are still a human being, whether you are 60, 70, or 80 years old. Your body may slow down, your eyes may dim, your legs may grow weaker, but within you still beats a living heart, full of emotion, sensation, and longing, and you deserve to be heard, to be loved, and to feel connected to your own body, not for anyone else's sake, but for your own. Masturbation, when practiced with understanding and self-respect, can be a healthy, nourishing part of life in your later years. It can help you relax, sleep better, reduce stress, support male sexual function, maintain prostate health, and most importantly, it reminds you that you are not fading away. You are still alive, still feeling, still whole. And if you're hearing me say this today, I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you truly listened to your body? When was the last time you allowed yourself to fully enjoy a moment of peace, privacy, and freedom, without judgment? Maybe you've spent your whole life caring for others. You've been a father, a mother, a grandfather, a grandmother, always putting others first. But now, as you enter this second adulthood of life, I hope you'll begin to relearn how to care for yourself, starting with the smallest things. And sometimes, that starts by simply giving yourself permission to touch your own emotions, both literally and figuratively. Tonight, if you find a quiet moment just for yourself, try this. Play a song you loved in your younger days. Turn off the bright lights, and leave only a soft, gentle glow. Take a few deep breaths to relax your body and mind. And, if your body speaks to you, if you feel ready, allow yourself to reconnect with your emotions. Slowly, gently, and with love. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing to be ashamed of. You are not doing anything bad, you're simply caring for a deeply natural part of who you are. And if anyone says otherwise, just smile, because they've never truly understood how precious it is to live fully at this stage of life. I'm Dr. Grace, and I believe that every older adult deserves to live healthy, joyful, and meaningful years. If this video has helped you feel a little lighter, a little less worried, or simply a little more seen in your thoughts, then I'm truly grateful to have walked this part of the journey with you. Feel free to leave a comment if there's something you'd like to share. And if you feel this topic is worth exploring further, click subscribe, so together, we can continue opening doors to healing, comfort, and self-discovery in this beautiful, profound, and very much worth living chapter of life. I'll see you in the next story, where we'll keep learning how to love ourselves, starting with the smallest things.